This is an NBC News special report.
Wow, what's good, ladies and gentlemen? This is the Listen Doctor Radio, bringing you guys a brand new show today. We got a good show for you guys, man, on a sad moment. Today, man, I'm bringing you some news out of Lake Charles, Louisiana. A young lady has been arrested and charged with murder of her 6-month-old young girl, baby girl. And a friend of mine by the name of Brandy sent me this story. She wanted me to go ahead and do this because she just lost a 5-month-old little baby boy to drowning. And she wanted me to talk about this because of the importance of parents watching your children and being able to know your children at all times. In her case, her sister was drunk, had a lot of friends at the house, and the baby wandered her into Airbnb, of course, wandered off on an Airbnb, went into the pool, and drowned. In that story, that happened in Chicago. This happened in my neck of the woods in Louisiana. A young girl by the name of Iris, 22-year-old Iris Lee, was reportedly went to work for 5 hours, leaving her child, her 6-month that she just had, I might add, in the car, in a hot car for 5 hours. When she came back to the car, she tried to flag down a police officer, and she flagged down a police, and she told the police that she didn't know what happened. Her baby wasn't with her in her care. Then she came back and told them another story that she went to work and she left her baby in the car. I just had a sister of mine who, me and my sister, was not on talking terms because she did some type of similar shit to this. She left her kids at home. And anyone who knows me, I'm a non-tolerance when it comes to that because my mama left me and my sisters and brothers in the house when we were kids. And then it's a whole different story that happened to us as kids, you know what I'm saying? We had to really be adults and raise for the children, me and my brother. So it kind of fucks with me when parents leave their children in a house like this. It should fuck with you as well. But in this story, this young lady lied twice and got caught, and she killed her 6-month-old child. Watch the story. I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit after I feel about it. Let's get it.
A tragic death of an infant Sunday in Lake Charles. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Jade Morrow. A woman is in jail tonight after her 6-month-old child died after being left in a hot vehicle. Authorities explain what led to her arrest.
Somebody out there would have loved this child, would have loved to have the opportunity to raise this child.
Exactly.
A preventable tragedy and a mother behind bars.
She stated that she left the child in her car while she went to work from 10:30 a.m. until 3:30 p.m.
Authorities say 22-year-old Ivy Lee of Lake Charles is charged with second-degree murder of her 6-month-old baby. During Monday's press conference, Chief Deputy Stitch Guillory describes the incident as it unfolded. Guillory says Lee flagged down sheriff's office deputies, claiming her baby was not breathing.
Lee initially advised the child was in the care of family members.
Investigators say Lee told 2 different stories. First claiming the child was not in her care, but later said she left the baby in her car while she went to work.
She stated that she initially left the car running, but a co-worker later told her that a vehicle was running. She went outside and turned the vehicle off.
Guillory says Lee claimed she thought the baby was sleeping when she returned to her vehicle. Soon after, that's when she flagged down a deputy for help. But this isn't Lee's first incident like this. She was arrested in 2019 for child desertion charges for leaving a 2-month-old in her vehicle.
That child was removed from the home and placed with the family member. During the course of our investigation, we've learned of other instances where Lee had left the child in the vehicle.
She is charged with second-degree murder and possession of marijuana. Lee's bond is set at $1.2 million.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it right. It's not the first time that this bitch has done this. So when people come to my channel and always say, listen, doctor, why you so hard on these women? They just trying to go to work. Listen, doctor, they just trying to make a buck. They trying to have a good life for their kids. You would be wrong. This is not this bitch first time doing this. She got away with it because the baby didn't die. They just took him from her. But if you look at this bitch, I hate makeup and weave and all that beauty I hate it. I hate it. Because it makes you bitches look better than what you think you look. Or what you look like. I'm just being honest. Look at her now. I'm gonna put some pictures up and look at her now with the pictures with the makeup. Totally different bitch, right? You bitches be tricking niggas. That's what y'all do. You trick niggas into thinking that you're fine and thinking that you're cute and thinking that you got everything going on for yourself. But then when we get you, you stop doing that shit. You start looking like the bitch from yesterday, every day, and you're doing that to your kid. If you look at her Facebook page, she brags about being a mom. She takes pictures bragging about her daughter's birthday party, how much she spent on it. She said in one post to the new baby girl, or to the old baby girl, the oldest one, to the oldest child, I know you would have loved to see your little sister, your sibling. You'd have loved her just as much as I did. Just as much as I do. This was several months ago when she posted this. In June. She posted that in June. Talking about where she said the oldest child is not with her in her custody. But she was saying that I know you would love to meet your sister and love your sister like I do. Now, I'm not a rocket science. But if you already left your child in the car one time, the oldest, why the fuck would the hospital let this bitch leave the hospital with this child? Y'all like to say men ain't shit. Y'all like to say men ain't nothing. We don't take care of our kids, we dogs and all that other shit, right? Why would the fucking... Because they get records. They get the records. Trust me. The hospital know this shit happen. Why would they let her leave the hospital with this child? No investigations? I bet you, let's say I left my child in the car. You think they would let me leave the hospital with my child? Fuck no. Let's say I was accused of molesting a girl, a young girl, and my baby was at the hospital. Would you think they let me leave the hospital with my child? Fuck no. Let's say my child at school and the people say, come pick her up because she got a bump on her neck and a bump and a bruise on her face. And I bring her to the hospital. You think they're going to let me leave the hospital with my daughter without asking me what happened to her? How she get those bruises? Why the school, why you sent to the school with those bruises? Like, you think I'm going to be able to leave as a man? Fuck no. But they allow these bitches, and I got a story that's crazy as this, that the CPS people, that story is totally crazy. But CPS and DCFF, I blame you bitches. I blame the police department of Lake Charles. I blame the hospital of Lake Charles, where she had it at. Because you bitches are failing these kids. Y'all are failing these kids. Y'all make people like me and my wife who want to adopt children go do so much to get the kid, to get a kid. But the bitch who bought her, she don't have to go do nothing. I want to say, shout out to Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy said this before, and I think it should be a law. You should have a woman take a psychological test before you can have a child. Now, I ain't saying while you fucking in the moment, you got to take that test. I'm talking about when you know that you pregnant and you bring your bitch ass to the hospital, you need to take a test if you can raise this child. If you cannot pass that test, like the leak test, if you cannot pass that test, you cannot take your child home. It immediately goes up for adoption. That's what I think should happen. And your rights should be taken from you. That's what I think should happen. I don't give no fucks. I don't care what kind of, you might say that's cruel. That's cruel to take somebody's child away. Is it cruel to leave a child in a hot ass car in the summertime? For 5 fucking hours to go to work? Left the car running. What if somebody would have came and stolen her car with the keys in the car, I might add, took the baby, ditched the baby, killed the baby, raped the baby, because it's a girl, whatever, sold it? Would that been inhumane? Would that been foul? You bitches always got something to say about what I say out my mouth, not what the person did, though. This 22-year-old who brags about having money, who brags about having all the fancy things in life, look at her Facebook page. She has nothing but goals, relationship goals. She got Gucci man and his wife, relationship goals. This is what I want in my marriage one day. I want a man to spoil me. I want a man to take care of me. I want a man to love me like Gucci man loved his wife. That's what she wrote on her page. You bitches have this idea that just because you see that that's what's happening. We all know that ain't true. We all thought Will Smith and Jada had a perfect relationship. You would be wrong. That was wrong. You bitches see Megan Good and her husband taking pictures, and you think that's perfect. But guess what happened? He couldn't stop cheating. So you know what Megan Good did? She said, bye-bye. I don't need you. I make my own money, bubble. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. She left that nigga. That's what Megan Good did. She's good now. Her last name is Good. That's what she did. He couldn't stop cheating. The pastor that she married. Let me say that again. The pastor that she married couldn't stop cheating when he was telling people in his church to stop cheating. But the pastor who Megan Good married couldn't stop cheating. You see how that works? But you bitches swear Megan Good and that nigga had a perfect marriage. You swear it. You look, I saw your comments on the pictures. Look how nice they look together. But he was a cheater. Most of them are pastors, I mean. They gotta be. They gotta be to put up with the church. Go home, put up with their wife. Go home, put up with their kids. And not have the thoughts of like, man, I wish I could fuck another bitch. Y'all don't understand how much men hate going home to a nagging female. Just nah, 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 nah. That's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. But y'all have no idea. If we can see a bitch and she ain't gonna ask me no questions, she just ready to do whatever the fuck I want. You don't think I'm about to what? She ain't about to ask me nothing. She ain't about to ask me how my day was. She ain't about to ask me, and you can be like, damn, I thought y'all want a woman to ask you about that and all that. But sometimes we need our space. Sometimes we need our own space to just be men. Men like to hunt. That's what we do. We like to hunt. We like to be able to think that we can fuck any bitch in the world. We like to be able to think we can talk to any girl in the world. That's what we like. We like that. It makes us men. It makes us men. We creatures like that. The same way y'all like to put on perfumes and nice heels and shit to go out and get a man to look at y'all. We do the same shit. It just so happened we are a high commodity. Bitches want to fuck us. I'm sorry. We're a high commodity. I'm sorry. Don't blame me. Blame God. Don't blame us. Blame God. He made it that way. I'm sorry. He made it that way. But in this state, this 22-year-old who's just 22, a fucking baby herself, then had 2 children, left 2 children in the car. Both of her children is taken from her. One of them's dead at the scene because she left her baby in a car in an SUV for 5 hours. The person told her she must have had tinted windows. She gotta have. Because her co-worker, I blame her too. Because if she saw a baby was in that car and she ain't go out there and say, hey, you know you got your child in that car, right? I blame her too. So what type of car was it? I want to see it. What type of car was it? Did it have tint? It was an SUV, a newer model SUV, so probably had tinted windows. You left your child in a car with tinted windows in the summer in Louisiana with marijuana in it. Baby could have had anybody knows who smoke good marijuana. You can put it in your pocket. You can put it in a book sack. You can put it whatever. In a car, when it's hot, what happens, ladies and gentlemen? It makes the weed smell worse and stronger. And that baby could have had a contact high as well from that. This dumb bitch. But if you look at her pictures right here, if you look at her pictures, she goes out of her way to make herself look like she don't look. Makeup everywhere, long hair everywhere, that's not hers at all, weave. You know how much money that is to do a hairstyle like this? A lot. It's a lot of money, trust me. You bitches spend a lot of money sitting in these hairstylers' chairs to just go home and get fucked and get it fucked up. I don't understand women. You bitches will spend a lot of money on a hairstyle just to go home and let a nigga pull it out. Makes no sense. You bitches will spend all that money on weave and nails, go to a club and get in a fight and break them. It makes no sense that you bitches rather spend all that money on something that's not you than spend the money that's something that is you and work on you by getting counseling. By getting help. You spent all that money on the clothes and the jewelry and the car that you bought. Why you couldn't get a babysitter? Huh? You don't know nobody in Lake Charles how to do babysitting? My little sister was 14. Her first job at really 12 was a babysitter. Shout out to Rihanna Wade. She was a babysitter at 12. From 12 all the way to like 16 or 17, I think. She was a babysitter. And a great one. Not just for no regular bitches in the hood. She babysit a lot of people. A lot of famous people children. She babysit Lil Wayne's child before. One of Lil Wayne's sons. Her clientele was good. Plus, it helped that she went to St. Mary's. And she was able to get people at St. Mary's to bring their children or brothers to come see her and let her babysit her. You couldn't find a babysitter? They even got apps now, care.com, that you can actually go on care.com and order a babysitter, and it tells you everything about them, the history, how many times they was late, how many times they had any write-ups, how many times anything. It tells you everything about them. You couldn't do that? What's the other thing I'm thinking about, people? What's the other one? The father? You couldn't get the father of this child to watch it? Because you probably don't know who the dad is. Or you probably ain't on talking terms. Or he probably dead. Or he probably locked the fuck up. Or he don't want the child. Because that ain't his. Because you lied to him and told him that it was, but it ain't his. Pick one. Pick one. But if you look at her Facebook, everything on there is a mirage. That's not her. The wave, the hair, none of that's her. This picture that she went into jail with, that's her. Glue all over her fucking forehead from the wig that they had to snatch off probably. All that black glue that y'all put on y'all fucking head to look cute for no reason at all. Because if you really just be yourself, you are cute the way you are. I don't understand why you bitches don't understand that. You don't have to become another bitch to be attractive. Be who you are. Just be who you are. God did not design for you to put all that extra shit on your head. That's not. And then you bitches be proud to walk around with somebody else's hair on y'all head. I don't understand it. You bitches be proud as fuck to do that. But you're not proud in your own skin. And that's the sad thing. And the sad thing about this is, OCS, I blame you bitches. This police department, I blame you bitches. I blame the fucking everybody who had a part of this. Her family, everybody. The hospital. And the police officer said, it's somebody out there that would have loved to have this child and would have been a great parent to this child. Right here. Right here. I really want to get a law set that if you get your child taken, you can't get it back. It should not go to the family. It should go to someone else that's not family related. Because 9 times out of the 10, that family who's supposed to be protecting that child from your ass, let you come around your child, be around your child, intimidate your child, beat your child, kill your child. I didn't do stories like that where the parent was not supposed to be around a child and the mom let the boy go back around his child and he wound up killing her so she wouldn't testify against him. I did that story a couple of years ago. You remember that? Something has to happen. And like I said, I'm not a smart nigga, but one time you did it already. You don't think she was going to do it a second time? Y'all didn't think she was going to do it a second time? Because evidently she didn't learn her lesson. And I look at comments. The comments online about this bitch. Y'all simp ass niggas who just want to fuck her, quite honestly. Because you see the pictures of her online. Not the pictures that they arrested her looking like. Because the bitch that they arrested her looking like, she like a linebacker in the NFL. She like a nigga that played in the NFL that's very hard in tackling. You can't get that nigga down. That's what she look like. But if you look at her online, she look like Megan Good. She look like Janet Jackson. She like the bitch that you want to fuck. So y'all, quite frankly, think that, ooh, coming to her defense, she might fuck me. Whoever come to this bitch's defense is stupid. And shame on you. And fuck you for that. Because a baby is dead. Dead. 6 months. Not even been in this world a whole year yet. 6 months. Not even been in this world a whole year yet. And that baby's dead. Dead. And I'm doing this story this way, and I'm looking in this camera this way, because I want my sister to watch this. And I'm going to cut it out right here. I want to cut this part out. This is just for my sister. This is why I was so angry with you. Because people are doing this. And it's not fucking fair for people like me who want kids, who love kids, will never be able to have them right now because of the way me and my wife for our bodies is right now. We're trying to get our shit together. It's a lot of work. And bitches who can have kids, men who can have kids, these bitch ass niggas don't even be around their children, don't spend time with their children, don't love their children like they should. Women who claim they're the best moms in the world don't even want their children around them, can't stand them being around them. Leave their kids at home, leave them in cars. Y'all the ones that should not have kids. Y'all. So when you said why I was so mad at you, I hope you understand this is why. Because I don't want to have to read about one of my nieces and nephews is dead because their mama didn't take care of them. I told people, and I'm going to tell you again, if you cannot afford them, stop having them. You don't want them, stop having them. You can't afford a babysitter, stop having them. You cannot understand that a child is going to get aggravating to you. It's going to dirt up your house. It's going to run up your bills. It's going to eat all your food. Stop having them. That's what their job is. Your job is to clean it. Your job is to make sure they have food. Your job is to make sure you work. Your job is to make sure you love them. Your job is to make sure you care for them. Your job is to clean their shit every time they shit. Your job is that. That's your job. You are a parent. That's what you sign up for. You are a parent. They are a child. They don't have no care in the world because they are children. They should not have any care in the world because they are children. The same way your bitch ass was a child. They're children. We forget we were children ourselves. Stop this shit. For Brandy, rest in peace to your baby nephew. Trust me, I know the feeling. I know how I feel to feel like your nephew might pass and you have nothing, you can't do nothing about it. Brandy tried everything in her book to get that child away from her mama, from her sister. She tried everything in her book to try to get that child. Even asked her sister, I'll watch your babies until you get yourself together. I'll watch him. I'll watch my nephew until you get yourself together. She wouldn't do it. She wouldn't do it. Because she was going to feel weak. She was going to feel like she wasn't a mom. She was a mother. And I'm tired of the news using shit like this. Lake Charles' mother faces murder charges. She's not a mother. That's not a mother. That's a fucking murderer. That's what you should say. Lake Charles murderer face charges after accused of leaving a 6-month child in a car for hours. They said accused. She claimed that she did it. That's not accused. You bitches. Let a man would have done this. It would have been Lake Charles man or Lake Charles stepfather, because they wouldn't use father. Lake Charles dad leaves baby in a car. It wouldn't have said father. You think he would have had a second time to do that? You think if she was a he, you think he would have had a second time to do that? No. Rest in peace to this young girl. You never had a chance. And it's sad to say what I'm about to say, but it's not in this case. I'm thankful that that baby's passed away. And how harsh as that might sound, now that baby have a chance to live in heaven. Because she probably would have had a hard life with this bitch. She probably would have had a hard life. Life of hurt, life of regret, life of men raping her, life of men touching on her because her mama leave him in the house with the niggas. This pure baby, precious little beautiful baby. I saw the pictures. Beautiful baby. Taken by the hands of their mama. By the hands of this monster. Let's start calling her what she is. She's a monster. Thank you guys. Everybody who want to shout out to this story. Thank you who want to reach out to this people. And let Lake Charles know that you're tired of this. We need to get a vote started. We need to get it started to take these kids and not give them back to these parents, not give them to the family. Just adopt them into great homes. We rather give away animals. We give animals away. We adopt animals. And quicker than you can adopt a child. Give a child a happy home is worth. But you can give a pet a happy home quick. That's crazy. Thank you guys.